Hi lovelies, welcome or welcome back. Today we are setting up my bullet journal for January 2025. Oh my gosh, I'm so not used to saying 2025. It's always a bit nerve-wracking setting up the first month of the year, isn't it? And there's just something about starting fresh that makes me want everything to be perfect. Let me know if you're the same. For January, I'm going with a pink and bow kind of coquette theme. I've been wanting to do a bow theme for a few months and debated in my head to save it for February as a Valentine's theme. But since I'm currently wearing these cute bow-themed press-on nails, I thought why not now? And February maybe will be more of a heart and love theme? I don't know. To start with, I'm drawing freehand pink lines as the background. I wanted a soft hand-drawn look, and going freehand also saves me so much time. I find I draw better horizontal lines, so you can see I'm drawing either from the side of the journal or turning my journal sideways. It's just easier to rest my hand on the page for more stability rather than sliding it across the table, as sometimes if I sweat it gets a little bit sticky. For the title, I'm doing the fake calligraphy. I'm not great at brush lettering, so faking it is my go-to, and it doesn't look too bad, right? And then I'm adding light grey bows evenly across the page with a few black ones for contrast in the center. The highlighters I'm using are zebra mild liners. The pink and grey one are both from their natural color set, and this combo is just so soft and pretty. I actually also use these same colors along with a few others for my 2025 setup. I've had these markers for a while but kind of forgot about them because I've been using my Crayola super tips a lot lately. But as I was picking colors for my new 2025 setup, I fell back in love with this pink all over again. It's just the right color, soft, pretty, and aesthetic. I feel like the end of the year and the start of a new year is always the busiest time for Bujos. We are rushing to finish last year's pages while setting up all the new spreads for the upcoming year. I tried to be super organized this time around, but well, it didn't go exactly as planned. But still, it's a lot better than last year's chaos. So even though my January setup is a few days late, I'm calling it a win. Oh, and I recently uploaded my full 2025 bullet journal setup video, so if you are interested, there's a card here for you to check it out. And the black pen I'm using is Sakura Pigma Micron. This one in particular is the 1mm tip. On the left-hand side of the spread, I'm drawing freehand here as well, pink and grey lines to create a plaid pattern. Since I set up a whole month at once, I don't really use a monthly calendar that much. I did a doodle day or keyword a day section for 2024 and I quite like it. This year, I might do the same, or for an upgrade, I might mix things up and stick some printed photos here as well. I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaving the space here and we'll see how it goes. And then I'm adding the dates and a few extra bows here and there. It wasn't exactly planned, but it kind of reminds me of those cozy pajamas and sheet sets you see in aesthetic videos on Instagram or TikTok. I love it. It's so cute, soft, and pretty. And now my January cover is done. Now let's move on to the weekly spreads. For week 1, I'm keeping the same pink and bow pattern on the sides, with writing space more towards the middle. If you're new here, I have a video on my 2025 journal lineup, link in the card. I'm using 5 or 6 journals this year, but only 2 are part of my daily routine. This bullet journal is one of the 2 and is for habit tracking and daily reflections. And my weekly planner is for to-dos and schedules. I reckon these 2 together make up my bullet journal system. And I'll also be sharing my weekly planner setup soon. Since my weekly pages are basically just for reflections, I usually go with an 8-block layout, 7 blocks for the days of the week, and 1 for a weekly review. So after adding the dates and a few bows, the first weekly layout is done. Week 2 is another super simple spread. I'm drawing wavy lines as a frame and then splitting the pages into 4 blocks. I draw 3 lines for the frames and 2 lines each time for the cross, so the frames look thicker. And then I use the thicker side of my green marker to draw a bigger bow in the middle and the thin tape for smaller bows in each block, marking the titles. After adding dates and days of the week, this layout will be good to go. Again, I write down the letters first and then make some of the stroke thicker to give it a calligraphy look. It's such an easy layout, and honestly, writing the titles took longer than drawing the spread. You could probably finish it in 3 minutes if you keep the titles simple. For week 3, I'm placing patterns in the 4 corners, leaving writing space across the middle of the spread. The journal I'm using is the Paper Ideas Dotted Journal in A5. It's got 100 GSM paper and can easily handle my type of drawings and writings with no bleeding at all. If you're interested, you can find them in my stationery store, hedgehogjournals.com. By the way, if you notice any lighting changes in the video, blame Auckland's weather. 1 minute's sunny and the next is pouring rain. It's typical. And for week 4, I'm drawing freehand lines to free the writing space. I got a lot of comments saying people struggle to draw straight lines freehand. So I'm showing you that it's totally okay if they're not perfect. In fact, I purposely make mine curve a little here and there to give them a more relaxed hand-drawn look. It's unique and there's really no need to stress out about making them perfectly straight. Of course, if you really want straight lines, go ahead and use a ruler, but freehand looks just as good, sometimes even better. It gives your page a unique look. And then I'm adding some bows in different sizes in grey and black. I leave space at the end of the lines for dates so the black bows won't clash with the text. The final weekly spread is similar to week 2 with wavy line frames, but this time I'm dividing the page horizontally. I add random grey bows along the pink lines and keep the dates simple with just one letter, so I have more writing space. And that's it. My January 2025 bullet journal setup is complete. I'm really happy with how this theme turned out. It's just a relief when the first month looks pretty, especially when you're feeling nervous about starting fresh. And it's surprisingly simple. I only use pink and grey, and I think it's probably one of my most minimal setups ever. It wasn't planned, but the whole vibe is very coquette and I love it. I can't wait to start writing it. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic start to 2025. And let me know your January theme in the comments below. Bye for now!